guys, it's your girl Naja Renee. Trying not to be too loud because my voice is still gone. Well, recuperating from the past 3 days. If you don't know what happened for the past 3 days, if you don't follow me on Instagram, don't have me on Facebook, or if you don't follow me on Twitter, dear God, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm so sorry. But essentially on Twitter, I got noticed by literally my favorite wrestler, and he's right there and on the shirt. And so we're gonna get into it. Got my Dunkin' Donuts refresher, and we're going to get into this story time basically, and essentially talk about what happened since Monday night up until today, and basically why I love wrestling. So cheers. Firstly, I do want to say that basically after Monday is honestly one of the main reasons I love watching professional wrestling. Just to see everybody so positive for once about Big E's win. Yeah, I have my heavyweight championship pillow to go along with my shirt. Just to see everybody just so positive and sharing the love for Big E and this huge win for him. It was just amazing. One of the reasons I love wrestling. And I used to get questioned a lot and weird looks because I enjoyed wrestling since I was a kid. I'm like, Naja, why you watch that? Because I like it. Deal with it. But wrestling was also an escape, you know, like dealing with real life issues. I always looked to wrestling because I knew wrestling Mondays, Fridays, Wednesdays, you know, whatever day some kind of wrestling comes on, I know wrestling is always just gonna brighten my mood. So that's part of the reason why I love professional wrestling. Just anytime I was just in a bad place, I would always look to wrestling. Wrestling would just bring me so much joy. Now, I've been an emotional mess since Monday. Not surprising, I cried maybe a couple hours ago now that everything has like settled and I had time to process everything, because everything happened so fast. I didn't have a second to sit and like process everything that happened. So you know, it's just a regular old Monday. The day nobody really likes Mondays, but just a regular old Monday, messing around in the JCR group chat, and we all saw Big E drop this big old bombshell like, oh, I'm gonna cash in my Money in the Bank on Monday Night Raw. And me being me, I was like, he gotta be trolling. He has to be trolling. Because if I watch Monday Night Raw and he doesn't cash in, so I was going through it. I forgot I don't have cable anymore. So I repaid for a subscription to Hulu plus Live TV to watch this man be on Raw. That's how big of a fan I am of Big E, that I did that to watch him on Raw, not knowing if he was fully cashing in or the outcome of him cashing in. I did it anyway. So to be honest, I'm not really watching Raw because I'm sitting here waiting for the main event, because I'm like, okay, Big E says he's going to cash in, so that's what I'm going to pay attention to. And I pay attention to the New Day's match because it's the New Day. Why wouldn't you? So I didn't have this plan intentionally. I was just gonna watch it. towards like the middle of the main event, and once I saw the time and when Bobby was literally about to pin Randy, I was like, I'm gonna record my reaction. I'm gonna record my reaction. Because, you know, I do YouTube, and I most likely would have done a video anyway dedicated to the Biggie and his first title win. So I already had the idea of doing it anyway, but I saw it was literally about 10 minutes left of the show, and I was like, it's happening. It's gonna happen. Record yourself. So that's exactly what I did. I propped my phone up and recorded myself. Basically throughout the 10 minutes, y'all, my heart was in my throat. I couldn't sit down. I was shaking. No, he has to cash in. It's still time. It's still time. It's 10:52. Where you at, y'all? Y'all? I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Hurry up! Yes, it's cashing in. Do it. Hurry up! I'm sweating. Bro, I can't. Oh my God, I'm sweating. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't sit down. I can't sit down. I can't sit down. I can't sit down. I'm stressed. Bro, look at how hard I'm shaking. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, do it. And then after I recorded it, and after Biggie won, and after I finally calmed down from crying, I was like, let me do something I've never done before. Let me show people how emotional I was seeing basically my favorite wrestler win the big title. And maybe I shouldn't have said I was embarrassed. I was more so nervous because I didn't want people to perceive me as like attention seeking or that it was fake, when it was my real genuine emotion to someone that inspires me and someone that I had looked up to for 9 years, winning something like as huge as that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna suck it up. I'm gonna post this video. So I wish Twitter gave me more characters to type out what I wanted to say. This is why I wanted to make a video anyway. So yeah, I typed out the tweet. I'll insert it somewhere in the corner. Tagged him in it, press send. I was not expecting it to go the way it did, and what happened after this tweet. Once I saw it got to about like 50 likes and a couple retweets, I was like, oh, this doing, did I make a hit tweet? So I was like, okay, then after that, I just started talking in the group chat again. My phone continuously blowing up, and I think about 10 minutes later, the numbers were going up, and I was having a full-on panic attack. I didn't want to read the comments. I was scared beyond belief to read anything. So I didn't look at first, and I read a couple comments, and I saw it was people like basically like, oh, this was me and don't be embarrassed. And I got extremely emotional, and then everybody was tagging Biggie, and I was like, please, if this man sees it, I'm going to fall out and cry. You don't understand how much that would have meant to me, what did mean to me. And I told myself I'm gonna try my best not to cry. No promises. So Monday, I didn't like mute the tweet or anything because I honestly didn't want to miss anything, like just in case like, oh, he did see it or someone else saw it or anything. I didn't mute it, so that and my anxiety was through the roof. So I probably got about like 2 hours of sleep Monday night. And then I woke up and of course checked Twitter because my phone was still blowing up. I checked Twitter. First thing I see is Biggie liked the tweet, and I was like, scrolled again, saw his comment, and when I tell you, I screamed like there was an axe murderer behind me. I screamed to the top of my lungs. I started crying. I texted the group chat. I texted my mom. My mom was even excited. She was at work. She was at work, you know, excited for me, and I was over here a shaking, crying mess. I couldn't even like text. I couldn't type correctly. I couldn't even see my phone through my tears and what I was typing. Like, you don't understand how amazing it feels to be noticed by someone you like admire and look up to, and you're like your favorite wrestler. Like I said, I've been a huge fan for 9 years. Since 2012. Yeah, that's 9 years. 2012. So to see that he liked it and he commented, and I was just trying so hard not to cry. So I'm here freaking out. I'm trying to respond to people, and the follows I was getting, I was on a follow restriction. I couldn't follow everybody back. I was trying to respond and like as much as I could. And then I go to the notification center. I see Adam Cole. I was like, no, this gotta be a fake account. Click it. It's actually Adam Cole. And Cesaro liked it. I'm so sorry. Cesaro liked it. Told my mom again. I was just crying and shaking. I think not even an hour later, he had an interview. I'll insert that clip.
But man, there's one I saw, and I can't remember her name, but I just liked that Andrea sent to me. And she was crying, and that almost made me cry, and it was beautiful. And
so hearing him say that he got emotional watching me get emotional, and let me collect myself before I start bawling on camera. So to see he got emotional and it made him happy, it made literally the rest of my year, the years to come. And I thought meeting him at WrestleMania was like capping off my year. Like nobody, like genuinely, like after this, I was like, literally nothing or anybody can ruin my mood, my spirits for the next 20 years. Like, it means so much getting recognized or acknowledged by, again, like I said, someone you look up to and someone who is an inspiration to you. Like, it's just beyond crazy, and it means so much to me that me showing myself crying like made so many people happy. Like, people telling me this is why they love pro wrestling, and it makes me so happy that I touched so many people, and that it's just me crying, being overjoyed, gave people a reason to fall in love with pro wrestling again, or simply elevating the love they already had for pro wrestling. Like, I'm so happy. And me being on the bump and seeing him react, like, in real time to my video and say it gave him goosebumps. I admire the crap out of Big E.
An inspiration, well-deserved, and about time. E, when you see stuff like that, and when you just see the unbelievable outpouring that you received after all this on Monday night, what does it mean?
Yeah, I saw her video. My buddy Andreas Hale sent it to me, and I got chills when he sent it to me then. Chills now.
So, moving on to why Big E is my favorite wrestler and why I admire him so much and why he inspires me. Basically, like, he said in interviews, like, he was just looked at as the big man, and for so long he was just the big guy or a bodyguard. Always being told that, oh, and always being told, oh, you're never gonna be world champ if you don't start being serious. And I'm glad he basically stayed true to himself and stayed himself, because that was inspiring me, you know, that no matter what people say or what narrative someone tries to throw at you, to just be yourself. And being yourself will always pay off in the end, no matter what people say, what naysayers say. Being yourself will always be the best option in the end. And I don't cry a lot in professional wrestling, but I've cried a lot seeing all the accomplishments he's made, from the NXT title to the Intercontinental Championship to the multiple tag title reigns with the New Day, to even when they split the New Day, split him from the New Day. Seeing him get another Intercontinental Championship reign, I cried like a baby. Not as hard as I did on Monday, but I definitely cried like a baby. Also, which means so much to me, is the Black representation we've been getting recently in wrestling. Just, I know this is about Big E, but with Sasha and Bianca being the first two African American women to main event WrestleMania, emotional. I don't believe I still have the video of me just emotional from start to finish of that match, to Big E being the first African American man to win Money in the Bank, you know. I'm trying not to cry again because I feel it. To basically Monday being one of the very few African American men to hold that belt, and also history making that it was the first time the WWE World Heavyweight Championship basically traded hands from another African American male to another. And it's so amazing to see that he is etching his name in history and I truly love that. Like, he's a future Hall of Famer, just from the record-breaking stuff he's done so far, and I know he's going to continue doing in his career in the WWE. He's going to break more records. There's going to be more first times, and I'm just so proud of this man, y'all. I'm so proud. And I also want to bring up the New Day podcast, The Same Day, that they did when they talked about mental health. I listen to the New Day podcast like religiously, but the New Day, they were talking about mental health, and Biggie, sorry, I had a hiccup that hurt. Biggie was open about his mental health struggles, and I've been very open on the channel about my own mental health struggles and how, like, I felt like I didn't need to be here. Not that I wanted to be gone, I just wanted the pain to stop, because I was tired of just being sad and hurt every day, which did lead me to go into the psych ward. I stayed maybe about a little over a week. And honestly, the first thing I did when I came home was charge my phone, of course. But the first thing I did when I came home was went right on YouTube and looked at the SmackDown I missed, or just clips of Biggie being goofy, and it just made me so happy, and it made me realize that, you know, I am stronger than I lead on, and that I do deserve to be here. And I wish it didn't take me till I was 23 years old to realize that, but it's really never too late to realize, like, or to admit that you are struggling and need help. And that was a huge thing for me. So it means a lot to me that someone I look up to went through similar things and felt similar things I felt, so I truly didn't feel alone, and it heightened the admiration I already had for Biggie. So that really means a lot to me, that he was very open about his mental health struggles. And like I said, way back in January, I was very open about my mental health struggles as well. So that's why I have hashtag power positivity in my bio on Twitter, because, well, that's their thing, and he's the powerhouse of positivity. And I feel like, you know, if I say that enough, or if I see it enough, I'd feel the same, and I definitely do feel the same. Trying so hard not to cry again, but I just truly want to thank Big E just for being, honestly, just himself, and just being so open and inspiring people day in and out, just being himself. And no amount of thank yous can just even amount to just what like I honestly can't thank him enough just for being himself and bringing me joy when I felt my lowest, and bringing me a laugh that I didn't know I needed. Just seeing him on screen, being himself. Honestly, no amount of words, and I'm trying not to cry again, no amount of words can, like, ever amount to how much I admire Big E over the years, and even more now. Like, when I say this, he's an inspiration. He is an inspiration, not only to me, but to so many others. And the fact that just him being himself just like touches everyone and just makes people happy. It's so amazing when you're an amazing person in it, and the whole world sees you're an amazing person, and you just make people's lives so much better just being yourself. And I can't thank you enough. Just I'm getting tongue-tied because I'm really trying not to cry again, but honestly, I can't thank you enough just for being yourself and helping me believe in myself as well. If you do see this, I am praying that Extreme Rules does virtual meet and greets, because I feel like it's only right I meet you again after this. And I can't even. I promise I'm gonna stop cutting it, and I promise I'm gonna stop crying. But yes, I hope to meet you soon. If there are still virtual meet and greets, fingers crossed I get to meet you soon in 2 weeks. Shoot, if Raw is ever in Philly or close to Philly, I will conquer my fear of airplanes to go to Raw. Like, I'm just so overwhelmed and overjoyed, and I'm glad he saw how much he means to me and the impact he has on me. Just basically my love and admiration for not only WWE but for him as well. And I'm just so happy, and that's all I could ever ask for. Just thank you so much. Just thank you so much. So I'm going to end the video here so I can go cry again. So I'm trying not to bawl my eyes out on camera again like I did on Monday. But yeah, I can't even stop smiling. Just the past few days alone, just no amount of words can express how much the past couple of days meant to me. And getting recognized by, like I said in the beginning, being recognized by your favorite wrestler, someone you admire, just my heart is just full of joy. I'm overwhelmed in a good way, and I'm about to start crying again. So I want to thank everybody, just for the kind words and the messages, just all of that. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry if I haven't gotten back to you. I'm trying my best to get back to everyone. Okay, so before I start breaking down again, because I feel it and I'm trying very hard not to, I just want to thank everybody, for the outpouring of love and support I've gotten, and I'm still getting. I'm trying to get back to everybody to thank you. Just family, friends, the new friends I've made just from this alone. Like, you don't understand how much this means to me, and I'm just happy me sharing a moment like that touched so many people. Thank you guys so much. I keep saying thank you because that's really all I can say. I haven't stopped smiling at all. I don't think I'll ever stop smiling after this. To Big E, once again, thank you so much. I'm hoping and praying I will get to meet you for Extreme Rules. Even if not, the interaction I just had with you and to see how my video had impacted you is honestly enough joy for me to last a lifetime. So say congrats to our new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and I will see you guys in the next video.